Namaste, everyone. Good morning to all of you, specifically our audiences. Uh, even it's a great day today. We are celebrating it as a gratitude day for all our audiences, and I am very happy to have special people, special guests with us. It's an honor, to have these people on the show. It's been a month exactly with our mental health awareness program 2023, and the support and the best wishes coming from all the corners, they are literally pouring in. So we are very glad, and we thought that we should be expressing our gratitude towards every one of you who's watching us live here, who keep supporting this initiative in some or other way. There are people supporting initiative even without being in the initiative actively. There are professionals who are there with us on board, who are contributing in their own capacity as much as possible. And I would call them everyone as beautiful souls. And probably we are here today to express thankful is a little, it's a kind of a formality. So let's not say thank you, but express our gratitude. Gratitude and mindfulness, as I said in the intro, these are two very important aspects of an individual's mental well-being. I would like to share one story of a boy who was in his teenage. Once he was cycling in the nature, he just sat at one place and he find it really blissful, that place. I would like to explain what kind of place was that. There was a water pond, trees all around it. There were birds on the trees, animals coming on the pond to drink water. It was all really blissful, and that boy in his teenage literally sat there thinking, and basically not thinking anything and just being there. He wasn't aware for how many hours he was sitting there. He realized when his parents and his relatives started searching for him, where he went suddenly, he just vanished somewhere. He said that I am going for a cycling, and he didn't came back. And it was around, like, 6 to 8 hours he went on a cycling. He said I'll be back in half an hour or an hour, but he was not back home for almost 6 to 8 hours. And everyone was, at his place, at his home, his parents, his friends, his siblings were afraid, like, what would have happened. When his parents got, they found him finally after such a hectic search operation, I would say. His parents asked him, what you are doing here? So he said, I felt meditative in this place. I felt mindfulness. That wasn't the exact word, but he said, I felt calm, relaxed. And the first thing came out of his parents' mouth is like, this is not what people like you do it. It's for the older people, just say it meditation. You please focus on your studies and all. It's not the actual fault of the parents, but that's how it's been there. And I would like to say that this is my story. I was in ninth, and the journey probably started there, understanding this mindfulness, forgiveness, gratitude. And as rightly said by one of our guests today, that we are here to know about an aptitude of gratitude, an aptitude of mindfulness. So it's going to be an interesting journey today for every one of us, and there's lot lot of things to learn from beautiful souls out there in our show as guests. I would like to introduce first Miss Geet Ji, Geet Vani. Thank you so much, for accepting our invitation. And I'm really happy to say that she also joined this initiative as a mental health professional. To she's contributing in this journey as a professional. She's going. You will be seeing her frequently on our in our initiative. So, Geetji,
Thank you.
you know,
Thank you.
me introducing you, that wouldn't do the justice. So, if you could, tell something about us in brief.
Let me start with इस पल का, इस सुबह का और इस सेशन का, इस माध्यम का, यहाँ पे सब उपस्थित लोगों का, कमलेश जी, रुचा जी और हमारे व्यूअर्स, हमारे फ्रेंड्स, रिलेटिव्स and the angelic beings, the Supreme Lord, and all the support that I'm receiving from my team. I'm so grateful for bringing me, and sharing the sacred space. Yes, it's it's so much to celebrate ourselves. You rightly said, when we can sit down in a quiet place and just be there, nothing, कोई आवाज नहीं, कोई शिकवा नहीं, कोई स्टोरी नहीं. There is no story, just being that. That's where you're present, and that's what we all require today in this time.
Absolutely. Yes.
So grateful for creating this so that we can reach out to many people through our experiences, through our journey, through our skills, and help reach out and touch many lives. So thank you for giving me this space, sharing this space with you.
Th-
Thank you.
Yes, yes. Welcome, welcome, Geetji. Coming to Rucha, it's an honor to have you here on the show. And Dr. Rucha is a clinical psychologist by profession. She is also a mindfulness practitioner, and she is currently working with Ahmedabad University. Rucha, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, please?
Yeah, so firstly, congratulations for completing this wonderful initiative, like on the first month of it. And I really hope that it goes on, creating happiness, awareness around people. Because, we are so much aware of the physical health. There are lots of, we go to the doctor if there is something not well with the body. But it is so important to also get in touch with the mind, embrace it as it is, and recognizing that all emotions are ultimately welcome. So this is what we bring in when we say mindfulness. And also very happy to be with Geetji here. I'm looking forward to the wisdom words being shared. I'm taking it as a learning opportunity. So thank you so much. So it's beautiful to start with that note of gratitude, and also this awareness, this movement that we are in together right now, along with all the people who are present with us live, or maybe people who will be joining us in the later for the later viewing. So mindfulness, as you were just sharing this movement where you felt that okay, everything just felt like I'm here. So basically, mind and body being together at one place. Usually, our mind has a habit to leave the body and either go into the past or go into the future, start making lots of plans, to-do list. So this is where when the moment that you experience such a beautiful moment of just being there, that being is very important. We operate a lot from the doing mode. I have to finish this, I have to do this, I have to do that. So it's like body is working, but the mind is somewhere else. So when you experience that particular moment where your body was also sitting and maybe mind also felt like it was there, I think that's a
Yes,
very basic moment of mindfulness, being there for your life as it is unfolding moment by
absolutely.
moment. So thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. Mindfulness, gratitude, being a mental health professional, whenever we get a chance to interact with all the people, reaching out to us for any kind of help. Someone is struggling through their studies, for their studies, with their studies. Some are struggling in their relationships. Some people out there are struggling with their workspace issues, work and life balance. So, but slowly, apart from talking about this evidence based western approaches, there was a point we were losing out on our wisdom and knowledge, what
Mhm.
our history, our culture has it. And we are really hopeful, we are optimistic, we are positive about reviving those wisdom and knowledge, getting back. Yesterday there was a discussion on vipassana, so the technique of meditation, the Buddhist method of the meditation, we can call it. We can, as an authoritatively say that if you learn Buddha, you learn Indian psychology. And he specifically talks about mind as an element. You know, apart from this, we have been talking about the physical fitness, the mental fitness, but mindfulness. It's a very for this period of time. It's a very infant concept for people right now. Working in mental health, but it has always been there in our culture, in our literature, and so we would like to learn more of a practical approach towards cultivating gratitude and mindfulness.
Mm.
So first, I think I would like to ask Geet ji, what exactly, when we talk about gratitude, yes, we do express, we say it has become a norm to say, I express my gratitude. But I am sure that many of us, while actually saying that, don't know what the exact process happens. So we would like to know that, from you, what exactly gratitude is and what is the process that happens within us when we are expressing the gratitude.
Wow. If I have to say it in one simple word, it would be wow. You're aligned with that, you're tuned with that frequency. And you're like, wow, this happened. And now you are in that space where everything is unfolding as per your soul plan. I want to use that element, because we do not know, these eyes do not know कि मुझे क्या देखना है, पर उसको क्या दिखाना है, तुम्हारे साथ क्या करवाना है. जब when we come in that space, when we share that space with our own self, not with anybody else, the journey is only with me and me all alone. So when I am in that wow, and I'm like, a thought comes, and I say, oh Lord, grateful that you presented me something like this, which is of not my liking, and I'm still accepting it. Then can you imagine what rushes down? Just see, each and every cell will vibrate. हम goosebumps बोलते हैं ना, goosebumps हो गए. वो क्या है? That wow element एक एक सेल के अंदर जा रहा होता है, और वो क्या लेकर आ रहा होता है? That compounding effect. We brings it us to that compounding effect कि अब जो भी करेंगे वो it will be aligned and attuned with our frequency. Is that true or not? Haven't you
Yeah, yeah.
seen जितना आप थैंक यू बोलते रहते. See, हम जब भी बचपन में हमारे पेरेंट्स क्या बोलते थे? जाओ भगवान से मांगो जाके. हम प्रार्थना करते थे कि हमें ये चीज चाहिए, राइट? या अगर
Yes.
हम लोग मुझे याद है, इफ आई मे शेयर माय पर्सनल स्टोरी, माय सन
Yeah.
वाज 3.5 years old, तो ही वांटेड मी टू हैव अनदर चाइल्ड, एंड ही सेड मॉम मुझे मुझे बेबी चाहिए बिकॉज मेरे फ्रेंड के बेबी हुआ है, लाइक हाउ चाइल्ड वांट समथिंग, एंड आई एम लाइक
Yes.
थैंक यू गॉड, I have a beautiful you, बट ही वांटेड इट, उसकी डीप डिजायर थी। तो मैं उसको मना करती थी, रिजेक्ट करती थी, नहीं 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 बच्चा, यू आर इनफ, वी आर इनफ, वी हैव अ गुड फैमिली। बट वन ऑफ द रिलेटिव, शी सेड मम्मा को छोड़, कम। फिर देन शी वुड टेक, हमारा जो गुरुजी का आश्रम है वहां पर लेके जाते थे, बोलती थी गो, प्रार्थना करो और बोलो कि मुझे ना चाहिए। ना दैट इनोसेंस, we have to connect with that innocence when we go and ask for it from the universe. Which is the universe? जो हम, it's all, we are all connected in it. In that space, when you ask, Lord, the universe gives it to us if it is meant for us. But if it is not meant, thy will be done. Thank you, Lord. तेरे फूलों से भी प्यार, तेरे कांटों से भी प्यार. When we come in that alignment, कि it must be a reason for me to receive these thorns in my life, and that's where the churning happens. Churning happens. Now, nothing that would be of not for you will come to you. You will only have that direction which is taking you up ahead, moving more
Yes.
forward.
Yes. Yes.
So, if
So,
a person
yeah.
could do only one simple thing to increase their health and happiness, because mindfulness and health, in today's day we are talking about health and happiness, then we have to practice gratitude every single day. Every single day. There is no other option. You have no option. You have to brush your teeth. You have to
Yes.
shower.
Yes.
Thank you, Kamlesh ji.
Excellent. Yeah. Yeah. Rucha, coming to you, this is a perspective that many of us really don't get chance to, know this perspective in detail. When you, as a clinical psychologist, when you're learning about mental health in specific, you're dealing with people out there, challenges in their own mental illnesses, there might, how does gratitude comes into that picture,
Hmm.
and how does gratitude really have a impact on their health, like, can we improve their life with the gratitude?
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, Geet for that. Again, a wonderful, acknowledgement, I would say. So for me, as Geet was mentioning, in a way, gratitude has, like, if you can look at the aspects of gratitude, one is acknowledging whatever is happening. अच्छी से, like, फूल है तो ये फूल है, thorn काटा है तो this is काटा है. So first it comes with the acknowledgement of whatever is there, and then second part is about the acceptance that okay, this is what it is. So we can do the same thing, especially when while working with the mental health difficulties. When clients come to us, usually there's lots of distress, right? And the
Yes.
distress comes. One of the primary reasons for the distress is obviously because it is uncomfortable to feel. Usually, we have a tendency to resist it, and as we know by the principle, whatever you resist is going to persist. So maybe acceptance or being mindful of it, that aspect of gratitude, when you
Yes.
accept the situation as it is, that allows you to open up towards that distressing feeling. It's like
Mm-hmm.
when it's like, for example, when it is thrown, I know, and I know that it's hurting. But at the same time, while going into that thought, like why it has happened with me, I'll acknowledge it and I'll see what is going to help me with that. So I'm turning my attention toward the distress rather than
Mm-hmm.
distracting myself with my maybe immersing myself into the mobile phone or binge eating or something like that. So I'll
Okay.
stay with that discomfort. So even I think
Mm-hmm.
gratitude can really be very helpful, as she mentioned, in acknowledging that fact that whatever has come up, it has some meaning for me. So even we say in
Yes.
case of difficult emotions, especially emotions like anger, fear, usually we have a tendency to resist it. But if we look very carefully, if we stay with those feelings, we'll see beyond or beneath that feeling, there is a particular reason. Usually, for example, anger. Anger has a very strong tendency to say, to be very sensitive towards injustice. So whenever something feels it's not right, anger will come up. Or when your
Yeah.
system recognizes that it's a threat, then fear is coming up, stress is coming up. So rather than trying to, resist the emotion, if we can acknowledge it, accept it, be grateful that, oh, my emotion, my system is telling me something, it's letting me know that I need to take care of myself. So you acknowledge it, turn towards it, and then maybe sense what the message is there for you, and do that, then you respond. So I think this is the one way we can definitely connect. Yeah,
Wow.
I hope this makes sense.
Yes, yes, absolutely. It's uh, what I believe personally is being, expressing gratitude or being mindfulness. It's a journey. It has always been a journey for me. Uh, from day one, actually being in the situations, acknowledging that, accepting that, it's a very challenging phase. uh, and there are n number of people like me out there. There are challenges every day the moment you wake up. Even nowadays, it's like, even people are sleeping, they're thinking of something that's troubling them.
Hmm.
you know people people get up in the sleep suddenly because there is an unfinished business remaining. There's so much of distress out there. Our life is kindly becoming a robotic, I would say. So
Hmm.
get up in the morning, freshen up, uh, eat breakfast, go to the off travel, go to the office, sit at one desk, there's a device in front of you, work there, eat, you get a 1 hour break, go to the office, sit again,
Rucha, I think there is some.
Yeah.
Can you hear him? Okay.
No, I can't. I can't. I think let's just wait for him.
So truly, what you said, flight or fight. How we respond to mindfulness. Amazing.
Yeah, thank you. And I think what maybe we can just take it forward till Kamlesh joins in. I think what he was referring to, the autopilot mode, we usually call it, the autopilot mode of the mind, where mind, it's constantly in the auto mode. We are doing things automatically. It happens usually. So many times it happens like we are brushing our teeth, and we basically, if we ask ourselves, did I really brush my teeth? And it's like there's a moment of forgetfulness.
Yes.
So or maybe what did you have for your lunch, or what did you have for your breakfast? But it's like these are the activities, especially the activities that we do with lots of routine, and we just do it for the sake of it. So I think
Yes.
this is
yeah.
what he was mentioning about. Hi Kamlesh, welcome back.
Welcome back.
See, yeah, these things happen. Yeah, so uh, it suddenly becomes very distressing. I'm out of network. What happened?
What happened?
So yes, I am sure. There's mindfulness will definitely help us. Yeah. Let's acknowledge it. It has happened. Be calm.
Yes. And to pause.
y-
It's okay to
To
pause.
pause.
We
Yes,
need
yes,
to pause.
absolutely.
We need to slow down our pace. We are, like you
Yes.
rightly said, in a robotic space, we are just doing regularly, how Ruchaji said. So, truly,
Yes. So, Rucha, again, coming back to you, I know you have learned Buddhist psychology as well. You have done studies in that. Uh, what is that wisdom in that, what we are actually missing out? If you can share the wisdom from Buddhist psychologists.
Yeah, I will try to. It's a
Yes,
very
please.
really
Please.
I mean, just it's really humbling to know that so many people are working out there, and lots of contemplative traditions, I would say, definitely have the elements of this. But as
Mhm.
far as the Buddhist psychology, because I resonate a lot with it. So one thing, maybe we can start with what it is not, what mindfulness
Yeah.
is not. So mindfulness is definitely not a relaxation technique, we would say. This is the wisdom part, like that. That's what I've learned from the Buddhist psychology.
Yes,
It's not a
yes, yes.
relaxation technique. It's definitely, if you practice it, relaxation can be a byproduct. But ultimate, I think, challenge is, am I present with whatever is there? So mindfulness is actually willingness to be with the life as it's unfolding in the moment to moment, space.
Yeah.
With curiosity, why curiosity? Because every moment is a new moment, technically. So I'm being curious about it rather than having my own judgments, my preconceptions. I'm curious, I'm open to whatever is coming up. Again, the same thing as Geetji mentioned, throw be it full or be it kate. I'm open to that because this is what the life is presenting to me right now. So being open to that, and I think very beautiful thing that is missing. Usually, what happens with any practice, any technique, people tend to use it to kind of fix the problem.
Hmm.
That's so okay, there is something, okay, there's a depression, let's fix it. I think we need to shift that change. It's not fixing about, because when you fix something, you're basically saying that it's inherently bad. But as we
Yeah.
said, every emotion, every situation has a meaning. So, mindfulness, with this particular aspect, when we see it from the space of Teen Lakshana, we call it in
Mm,
Buddhist
mm,
psychology, that every phenomena, basically, it's anatma, it doesn't have a self. It comes up. So,
mhm,
even if the emotion, we feel it very heavy, but if we look carefully, there is no one solid self there. Things will come, they will stay there for a while, and they'll pass away. That's the natural way of life. That's the second
mhm.
lakshana. That's the anitya. Everything is
Yeah.
anitya. The third, that is suffering, that it's
Mm,
inherently present. But at the same time, we have an awareness in which everything is occurring and staying. So when distressing emotion is showing up again, maybe we can learn not to take it personally, but we can
mhm,
learn to look at it as an emotion, as a phenomena that is occurring. It will stay there for a while. If we don't try to interfere with it by distracting ourselves or trying to fix it, it will go away. And when it goes away, it will leave you that space of that wisdom. Okay, okay, how do I want to respond to this situation? How do I want to?
mhm.
So rather than being reactive, usually we are very reactive. So when somebody says something, I immediately react to it by
Okay.
answering that. So can we learn to
Mm,
take a pause, acknowledge it, and see that, okay, this is something is happening with me, and then wait it for that energy to pass over, and then
yes.
see, okay, what should be my appropriate response. So I think
Yeah.
remembering that attitude. So mindfulness is not just a practice of breathing, it's
Mm,
basically an attitude to be cultivated throughout.
mhm.
So it's like
Certainly.
remembering the most important thing. It's like that you remember everything is changing, everything is selfless. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. But when I was introduced to mindfulness during my college days, so it was like when you eat, be mindful of that. When you are walking, we don't realize that, we never acknowledge that we have this, 5 fingers, they're like 10 fingers. We never pay attention to them, so that has been, now, it, as you rightly said, it's not a relaxation technique, unfortunately. We can say lack of awareness. There's still many professionals who are actually terming relaxation techniques as mindfulness techniques. So, Rucha, I think, this is a very important thing you have mentioned,
Yeah.
and it's definitely a wisdom that, it's not just a relaxation technique, but it's definitely more than that. Uh, if you can, as a, as a clinical psychologist, if you can share certain uses of mindfulness, exactly what kind of mental illnesses could benefit, like, could be reduced, the impacts could be reduced with the mindfulness, what kind of disorders, what kind of people should be looking out, of course, uh, apart from being in a day-to-day issues. But yes, there are also people out there who are listening, and who have relatives, who have people around them who are actually into this, as we term it, as mental illness, or mental disorder. So please do guide us on this.
Sure, I'll try to. But thank you so much for that beautiful question. So, as I said, mindfulness is an attitude that needs to be cultivated, and definitely, then there are certain practices which help us. So,
Mm-hmm.
one very basic practice itself can be the grounding. Taking a pause. Just so, for example, whenever you notice in the day-to-day life, also, there are lots of time. Most of the times, we feel distressed because we are not aware, or we are rushing
Mm-hmm.
through things. We are doing things automatically. So, starting
Yeah.
from a basic day-to-day stress, maybe if we learn to take a pause, and maybe for example, whenever I need to check the mobile, can I just take a pause? Can I
Yeah.
just be mindful of what is my mental state is? Am I noticing lots of impatience within myself? And then that's why I have the urge to check my mobile. So you
Yes.
can be intentional with your activities. So that is one
Mm-hmm.
aspect. And then definitely if you notice there is some tightness in my maybe shoulders, in my jaws. So you can
Mm-hmm.
deliberately try and movement to relax the muscle. If it is it does not it need not be relaxed tense. So you can relax it. So that is one
Yeah.
aspect. So many day-to-day unnecessary stresses that we carry in the body that can be
Mm-hmm.
taken care of. Just take a
Yeah.
random pause whenever the bell rings. Take a moment. Just see if there is any part of my body which is unnecessarily relaxed. Usually
Mm-hmm.
when we notice the stress, it is sometimes we feel pain here. So you can
Mm-hmm.
relax the muscle that way. That is one aspect. As you talked about the mental illnesses or difficulties, we'll call them. Illness is something I would prefer not to call them, as I said.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Abnormal. It's always on the continuum. But yeah, anxiety disorders. People who are actually recovered from depression, for example. Okay, so now mood disorders primarily, in which there is a tendency to relapse. So
Mm-hmm.
mindfulness-based cognitive therapy has done tremendous work in that area, where people who are in the remission, they are not experiencing any particular symptoms, but they can be
Mm-hmm.
mindful to
Yeah.
notice if they are going down in the spiral. So to prevent that relapse, mindfulness-based techniques have been, very very effective. As I said, even with the anxiety, because in the anxiety, one of the primary reasons why it is maintained is as
Mm-hmm.
anxiety is so distressful, people have a tendency to
Mm-hmm.
resist it.
Yes.
So rather than resisting, if we learn to stay with it, if we learn to embrace that anxiety, this is where we
Certain.
can manage it, because it will be the dead man's goal to say that I won't feel anger, I won't feel anxiety in my life. That is not possible.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't stop the waves, but you can learn to, surf through the
Yeah.
waves. So mindfulness
Yes.
can be that surfing that you're learning.
Mm-hmm.
And anger issues. So emotion related, definitely issues that you can definitely mindfulness techniques have been very very helpful in that.
Yes. Yes. Certainly. And
Beautiful, Rucha.
people. Yes, people listening out there would definitely understand now. Be a first step itself that okay, when to approach, where to approach, why to approach when we are talking about mindfulness. I would like to quote here Swami Vivekanand ji, while going through the literature of Swami Vivekanand ji, one disciple of his asks him, okay, I have committed a mistake or I have committed a sin. So let's say someone committed a mistake and he's asking Swamiji that I am actually feeling so much of, discomfort that I have committed that and I'm not sure what to do now. So he gives an answer that if you think you have committed a mistake and because of that someone is hurted or someone has faced a loss. So the most important thing, you go to that person, you ask for forgiveness. If you are not able to face that person, there would be some natural power, or we can say some god, some deity you believe in. Okay, ask for the forgiveness in front of that. Apart from this, if you think so-called scientific temper that okay, I am an atheist, I don't believe in all this thing, so just close down your eyes, say sorry to yourself,
Yeah.
and it should come from within. that will give you a little relief. That won't take you away from whatever the impact of that mistake will be, but that will definitely help you to acknowledge that you have committed that mistake and you have you have learnt about it.
Hmm.
So here one aspect I am actually talking is the forgiveness. When we make mistakes, we the first thing we ask is for forgiveness. But when someone commits a mistake or someone troubles us, it becomes really difficult for us to forgive. So Geetji, coming to you, I would definitely like to understand forgiveness as an aptitude, like why forgiveness is important and how does that have an impact on our overall health and specifically mental health.
Kamlesh beautiful said, Rucha ji, how you explained it. Amazing, and that is so true. What we need to do is respond, respond to our mistakes, like you said about the story. Where are these diseases coming from? The dis-ease within me is creating diseases, and it is multiplying because one aspect कुछ भी हुआ हमारी life में, we have the tendency to overthink, brood on it, and what is it doing? Vibrationally, we are not matching with the complete, that awareness that needs to be brought to us, right? So here, forgiveness is something that you're now ready to love yourself. It is not about giving it to the other person. It is about you. Again and again, it is the journey is all about me and me. I and I, the soul and the soul, nothing else. You are just a mirror. What I see you as in whoever I have is just my mirror. So yes, us waqt in that fight or in that space that we created, I was just seeing myself in this ease. There was nothing else. वो अब कुछ भी भाषा बोल दो, anger बोल दो, ये बोल दो, you are separating, rejecting, whatever you are doing, there is this ease. So I need to just forgive myself for bringing my own self. Who's bringing? You know, it all depends. The happiness entirely depends upon me. Isn't that true? I
Certainly.
can be I can be in a I can be in a very dumpy state, where there's a lot of dump. But if I am mindful and I'm connected with the Lord, or with Lord meaning that universe within myself, वो खुशबू बदबू कुछ नहीं नजर आएगी हमें को लाइफ में. बट उसके लिए बहुत प्रैक्टिस चाहिए, एफर्ट लगता है. And वो एफर्ट तभी आएगा when we again and again we keep forgiving ourselves. It's okay. You did it again. It's okay. You come back again to yourself and ask yourself, what are you ready to let go? Because the heavy weight is only on my shoulder. I'm carrying that. So set yourself free. Change your attitude. Let's change our perceptions. I don't like what they say na कि no one likes me.
Hmm.
No one likes me. हम बहुत जल्दी आ जाते हैं. Oh, she doesn't like me. And then we separate ourselves out. But how about we say it? No one is like me. No one is like me. Made a complete change in my entire system where now I am vibrating with gentleness, with that celebration, with that wow. And when I keep forgiving myself, it is bound that others will also come and forgive. So today, if we have to give something, I want to here add, because it is my master's birthday, 2nd August, and I will request you all to please join in on 2nd August at 2 p.m. for 2 minutes, and just gently go down to your own space and say, whoever have done anything to you, entire life, go back to the journey from zero to whatever your age is, and just forgive. और अगर कोई भी नाम नहीं आता है ना, तो भी उस प्लांट्स के साथ, उस एनिमल के साथ, किसी भी के साथ जस्ट जुड़ जाओ एंड जस्ट आस्क फॉर फॉरगिवनेस. Whether they forgive you or not, but now you know that you have removed those layers and layers and layers of your old wounds and whatever was stuck in our system. So 2nd August, 2 p.m., for 2 minutes, sit down and forgive yourself. Forgive all those around you, because there is nothing more in this life but love. Let's connect with that vibration. Let's gently connect with that awareness and celebrate ourselves. Celebrate ourselves. Let us give this gift to ourselves. We love to give, but we do not know how to receive.
Yeah.
We do not know how to receive.
Mm.
So, forgiveness is like, you're giving it to yourself. Thank you, Kamlesh.
Certainly, yes, yes. Uh, what's the special thing about today's episode, of Inside Out, that it's not a discussion, it's not an interaction, but it's definitely an experience. So I'm sure, as discussed with both of our panelists, first I would like to request Rucha, if you can, you know, give us a little bit of experience for all our audiences who are listening to us, how we can practice mindfulness, and if you can, give us a little demo about it. It's so we all will be really grateful.
Yeah, sure, sure. We'd love to. And as you said, very in the beginning itself, that mindfulness, like your teacher told you, like it's like when you're eating, be mindful. So one way that we are actually three of us are already practicing, we are listening mindfully to each other and
Yes. Hmm.
conversing with each other mindfully. That's one aspect is already being
Yes.
taken care of.
Yes.
And
Yes.
yeah, it's like so present here, the energy. So maybe yeah, we can definitely begin. So maybe 3 minute practice if
Yeah. Yes.
that's okay.
Certainly. Yes. Yes.
Okay. So it's a very basic practice of just coming back to the present moment, and yeah. So I think let's see how it unfolds. So taking
Yes.
a
Please.
moment to again come back to ourselves, coming back to the present moment. Maybe we can just begin by becoming aware of what is here. We can start noticing the ground beneath, maybe noticing the feet on the ground, just acknowledging how is the feet. Can I sense the ground? Noticing the sensations in the lower legs, knees, thighs. Noticing the contact that you're having with the chair, maybe or wherever you're sitting. Just acknowledging the support that you're receiving from the chair, from the ground. Noticing whatever is here in the lower back, shoulders. It's like just inviting our attention to settle into the body. Taking a moment to acknowledge how is it in the hands, noticing the sensations in the fingers, lower abdomen. See if there is a very gentle rising and falling that's happening here at the abdomen. Taking a moment to acknowledge that as well. Noticing the sensations in your heart space, your throat, back of the head, top of the head, area around the forehead, area around your eyes, facial muscles, Just joining in whatever is unfolding in this moment in the body. If it feels okay, you can gently close your eyes, and definitely if you want to keep them open, my invitation is let's keep them very softly, put them on a spot, and maybe now intentionally let's bring our attention to the breath. Just noticing how am I experiencing my breath right now. Am I noticing at the entrance of the nostrils, at the swelling, tingling in the throat, or am I experiencing my breath in my heart space or in the abdomen? However, it is showing up. Just noticing the breath and knowing when I'm breathing in, just knowing that okay, I'm breathing in. When you're breathing out, just knowing that oh, I'm breathing out. So settling your attention on that one point where you can feel your breath most prominently. And let everything, the sounds, the sensations, even the thoughts, let them arise and pass in the background. So no need to control the thoughts. If the thoughts are coming and if you notice that attention is getting distracted, that's perfectly fine. Acknowledge it and very gently get your attention back to the breath. Just being with the breath as it is. And the gentle invitation is whenever you notice attention is getting distracted by thoughts, by sensations, by emotions, just acknowledge it and get your attention back on the breath. Every movement is a new movement. Every breath is a new breath. Also acknowledging how body is breathing itself. So letting go all the efforts. Let's practice being with the breath for next few moments. And as we come towards closing of this practice, maybe you would like to get connected back to the room where you're sitting, acknowledging the various sounds that are present around you. Let them be part of your awareness as well. Acknowledging the room, people that are around us, or maybe when we are together. And yeah, thank you so much for practicing with me.
Wonderful, beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it was beautiful. I think the mobile went into mindfulness state.
I like that.
That's wonderful.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, even these
Amazing.
technologies and these gadgets need that time, to
Yeah.
recharge.
Y-
So we
Yeah,
only
yeah.
get a moment to.
AI, we are talking about AI giving out, putting out emotions in the machines. So absolutely, Rucha,
She has a
the
power.
moment you just gave us, the it just went into a mindfulness state. Fantastic, fantastic.
It's like
Yeah.
thank you so much for practicing,
Yes,
and
yes.
what is really present for me is like as Geet very rightly said, like grateful for this space, grateful for this internet also actually, grateful for this
Hmm.
device that we are able
Hmm.
to connect. And one thing that was as you said very correctly also that okay, it is already there, so you don't have to look out for any of these things. All you have to just
Yes.
wait is, okay, just take a pause and just see what is here.
Yeah.
So whatever needs to emerge, it will emerge. Yeah.
Certainly,
So
certainly. It's the technology is enabling us. Let's befriend technology. Let's not run away from technology. It's just because of technology, it's possible that probably I'm on the journey and I'm sitting in the car and I'm interacting. That itself is a fascinating thing. Rucha is sitting in Ahmedabad. Uh, Geet is sitting in Pune. It's such a wonderful thing. And definitely, we should also not forget about this technology, what we have. Okay, this is from, and that's what we are exactly, trying to understand this technology. We never really see within us, and that's even when the doctors, right, if the patient is visiting a doctor saying I am feeling discomfort in my digestive system, I am feeling discomfort in my breathing patterns. So doctor definitely, apart from giving medicines, says that, what have you consumed in last few days, just try to remember that. Okay, your body will automatically, guide you what's right for me, what's not right for me, what's the capacity of my physical body and my mental body, right? So your body definitely guides you, your mind definitely guides you. You just have to be friend with that. It's such an amazing thing to be friend with yourself. And that's what is the need. I'm not talking about being into self completely, becoming an arrogant. I'm not talking about that. But what I'm saying is, you be with yourself. Try to understand yourself. Try knowledge of the self. It's a journey, and we all should be on that journey. And self awareness is not one point of a life, but it's a process. And probably I would reach to that level of self awareness today, or it can be after 3 days, or it can be after 3 years, it can be after 30 years, or don't know when we'll reach, but it's a process, it's a journey. Let's be on that journey. Geet ji, coming to you. Yeah, Geet ji, can you hear me?
Yes.
I would also request you to, if you can share a little demo, for becoming grateful or expressing gratitude and being mindful of who we are.
Sure. I would love to do that. As you know, I'm a sound alchemist, a divine sound alchemist. Here we have Tibetan bowls. Um, I do not know if I can show it to you or not, but I'll see if in between I can, show how the process is happening. But let me start with a small story, if I may. And it's a story of a camel and the diamonds. I just saw this. We have a group called Attitude of Gratitude. It's a group where we share all these positive ideas and stories. And I'm so grateful to the group for sharing something like this, and I can share it to the world here. So there was a merchant who wanted to buy, who spotted this gorgeous camel. प्यार हो गया और वो उसको वही खरीदना था एंड उसके पास पर्टिकुलर अमाउंट था तो उसको उतना ही था जो उसमें ही वांटेड टू बार्गेन फॉर दैट कैमल so somehow between the seller and the merchant they happen to strike a deal and the merchant brings the camel home he had a servant and he said कि वो उसका जो सैडल होता है उसके सैडल को हटाओ उतारो एंड लेट द कैमल रेस्ट एंड फीड हिम व्हाटएवर तो जैसे ही वो सर्वेंट वो कजावा बोलते हैं ना सैडल वो उसको जैसे ही उतारता है तो सर्वेंट इज इन all shiny glittery eyes कहता wow the wow element gratitude कहाँ से उसको वो लाल एक पोटली में he receives some stones which are so sparkly and sparkling. तो बोलता है कि I'll go and tell my boss, he'll be so happy. So he goes to the boss and says, boss, see what I spotted, what I have. You not only got a camel for a good price, but you also got such nice, beautiful, valuable, precious stones with it. So the boss looks at it and he says, I didn't pay for this. I paid for the camel. I did not pay for this. I paid for the camel. I bought the camel for the right price, for a right bargain. So I must go and return it to the seller. The servant is saying, Arey, who will come to know? Let's go. Let's just take it. We'll be millionaire now. We can purchase so many camels. You won't have to worry about bargaining anymore. But the seller said, no, I paid the price for the camel. Be very mindful what when I'm saying the price, because he strike the price for a particular amount and he was very satisfied with it and he wanted to go. So he goes to the seller and the seller is, oh my lord, again, wow, the wow element comes in to the seller. My lost thing has come back to me. Oh, I can give anything. Now, you know what? Please, thank you so much. I want you to take two stones from this pouch, from my precious. Um, so the seller says, no, thank you. I paid the best price for the camel. Again, he said the same thing. But seller says, I want to give you two more. These are precious. Do you even know the value of these stones? He said, I paid the best price for the camel. I got a very nice bargain. Thank you. So he says, seller says, no, 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 no. How we cajole, na? How we कि नहीं नहीं ले ले थोड़ा सा तो ले कुछ तो लेके जा तो उसने क्या बोला सेलर को he said I already took two stones from I already took two stones from this pouch. He said, you already took, and now the doubt. And now what is the seller doing? सारे के सारे निकाल के गिन रहा है दैट इज आवर माइंड राइट अभी तो मैं देने के लिए तैयार था अभी मुझे डाउट हो गया कि इसने मेरे से बिना पूछे इसने दो ऑलरेडी ले लिए तो अभी कितने पड़े हैं सो दैट he comes in that space and then he says then he's surprised and he says but there are all the stones in here what did you take and he says I took two stones two precious stones and these two precious valuable stones are my self respect and the other is honesty and this is where I want you all to go reflect close your eyes gently and connect with the sound that I'm so grateful to Dhananshri for giving me sharing this space with me.
You're right. I think your mic is off. No, that's okay. That's okay. Mic, your mic is off. Yes, now we can hear. Mm, no, 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 no. Your mic is off.
Now,
Yes.
apologies for the connect with the sound, the vibrations, the frequency. Look within, and I want to ask you, what are your two rocks that you wish to let go, which you wish to treasure? Rather, what are those other rocks that you want to let go, which the seller got? And what are your two rocks that which you hold preciously in your space? What are the three things that happened in your life this last 24 hours that you are ready to let go? Nothing is too small, nothing is too big. Just bring it in front of you, and if you have a paper pen, you can write it down. Look inward with mindfulness. Keep breathing in and out, recognizing. Allow yourself to be in present. Be in this grace, this power, this beauty. This is the love of God. Allow this to surround us, to guide us. Let gratitude give us the eye, the essence, the purity. Let it be a game changer in our life.
Again, create this habit, a daily practice, a daily journaling if you can, like this way. Every day, sit down gently with yourself and be gentle to yourself. Be gentle, just as these sounds are. These sounds have the power to unblock or remove all those layers and layers of not this janma but many other so many janmas. It can help you break free, come and experience anywhere you can go. It's nothing that you have to come to Geetwani, but it will be my honor if I can be part of your healing journey. But go experience this. It has so much power. It's so powerful, you know. Connect with the sound, connect with this these vibrations. Thank you so
Wow.
much. Wow. I don't know if I
Thank
can
you.
do this
Beautiful.
online today, but I promise you, if I come back again, we will definitely have a pure group therapy. If we can do, Kamleshji, it will be my honor to do something like this.
Yes, 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 yes. I am sure for the audiences, even for the panelists, we are definitely going to do these activities for students, for working professionals, and for homemakers, everyone. So, so stay tuned with us in this mental health awareness program. I really want to express my gratitude to both of you, to join us here on this journey of expressing the gratitude, and to all the audiences, to all the people out there who are supporting us. Keep supporting this initiative. Be mindful of what you're doing and be grateful, and try to cultivate this gratitude and mindfulness. Thank you so much once again, Rucha and Geet. You were amazing, and I'm sure there's a lot more to say about it, and we'll connect very soon. Thank you once again. Thank you. Keep supporting mental health awareness program. Stay tuned. Punika News, Anhad, YouTube, Facebook, and yeah, any suggestions? They are most welcome. Thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you,
you, Rucha,
Rucha. Thank you, Geet.
Thank you, Geeti. Thank you, Kamlesh. Thank you so
part of
much.
your amazing journey and sharing this space with me. Thank you so much. I've
Thank you.
learned so much. Thank you, Rucha ji. Thank you.
My
And
pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so
Great.
much. Yeah.
thank you.
Bye bye.
Hope to see you all soon.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.